Right, Joel here from FFC Australia, and today I'm here at Windamere for our last round of the season, round 4, and I'm here with the boys from Day Release, Jake and Josh. One team member down this round, Mick's not fishing. He's got a soccer carnival on, so
can't believe it.
He's left it with you guys. You haven't got another angler coming in. His name is
Brendan Everett.
Yeah.
Wandy, as he's famously known. So.
Yeah, okay. We'll catch up with him tomorrow anyway. But today is pre-fish day. The Friday here at Windamere. Yeah, how did you boys go today? I've heard it was a little bit. I've heard some mixed reports. So, what was your report on the day?
It's quite tough. We didn't find a pattern at all. We found plenty of fish, they're just in the usual spots. There's a lot more weed this year, big weed beds and weed edges, and there's plenty of fish inside that. But pattern-wise, like they're not settled into a soft vibe or a gulp or a jerkbait or something. We're catching them on everything. So tomorrow will be a bit of a mixed bag. I think we've got. Usually to come into a comp, we like to have one lure tied on, a confident bait. We'll have one tomorrow, so we're going to throw a bit of everything and see how we go. Like we did find today that the big fish we got, like 58s, 59s, all coming on jerkbaits.
Jerkbaits?
Numbers, soft vibe probably?
Yeah,
soft vibe gold, 50-50, but big fish jerkbaits. So. I said to Jake, it might just be one of those things where you just pluck along and you don't catch a lot of fish this weekend, you just pluck away and catch one or two good ones at each spot and then just try and keep moving sort of thing. So.
I don't think you bother about trying to get your bag early like we usually do. I think it's going to come down to just the 10 best fish obviously. So
grinding it out.
Yep.
It's going to be a grind.
If you've got one fish before lunch, as long as you end up with that 10, that'll be the difference I think.
We normally like to have a spot where you can pull up and everyone can fish something like a gulp or a soft vibe or something. We fill the bag quite quick, and then after that we'll go looking. But tomorrow I think we'll just pluck away and just try and catch good ones.
So a lot of the times when you come to comps, like you said, you like to try and have that one spot where you can go and get your bag and then do what you're saying you're going to do tomorrow. But it's not like that this weekend.
I think it was the last Byron comp. We had a bag before 8 a.m. Like a 7 a.m. start. So like that's. And then you spend the rest of the day upgrading, but I don't think that's going to happen this weekend. I think you'll be pushing to get your bag before the end of fishing tomorrow, and as long as it's a good one, I think you'll be sitting right.
Well, if you guys are like that, I'm sure everyone else is like that. So one thing to remember in comp fishing is everyone's in the same boat, aren't they? When it comes to toughness or wind or whatever it is.
Definitely levels the playing field like this, I think, which will make for a good comp. I think like we said before, it might be somebody outsider who's not usually in the money that'll take her out. You never know.
It's be a hero zero weekend, I reckon. I also said to Jake today on the water, I said it's one of them days where you can't drop a fish. Like you can't afford to be dropping good fish. If you're hooking good fish, you've got to
make everything count. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So you said the big fish were coming on the jerk baits, suspending jerk baits. They're obviously a fish that are in the middle of the water column.
I've got a mixed bag of jerkbaits in the box. I have some that slow sink, some that's fast sink, some that suspend, and just mix them up depending on what the fish are doing. Today they seem to like to fast sink just because they run a bit deeper. Even though they fast sink, they only fast sink from like 1 to 3.5 metres. Then they'll fully suspend. There's like a point where they get to where they stop sinking. But we put bigger splitties, bigger trebles, we put sticky weights on them and stuff. So we've got a mixed bag of them that we've got a little bit of a combo that's working.
So that's a good tip for everyone that's listening. Obviously all those little 1%ers, make the difference. So
your leader makes a difference too. If you run a lighter leader, they tend to sink a bit quicker than a heavier leader sometimes. I don't know what the science is behind that, because sometimes a heavier leader makes it sink. Fluorocarbon leader sinks. We just mix it up. But I'll throw that in the morning on the live scope, and then that'll just free the other two boys up to just blind cast with 5s and blades or whatever else.
See what they can pick up.
That's my game plan. I think with the second scope at the back of the boat, I just sort of while Josh is doing his thing at the front, I just spend the back tossing those lures you would normally toss.
See what you can pick up. Because usually this time, usually this time of the year you can pick a bank, fish it. And you will pick up those fish. whatever you throw.
You
but-
find some comps like it's the person at the back of the boat that catches more fish
Yeah.
over the weekend, and that's just from you've got more lure in the water.
Yeah. And that's
That's
always
the
a bonus
difference,
to having a third person in the boat, isn't it? Because you can,
Yeah.
the guys at the front concentrate on what they're doing, the bloke at the back can just do a bit of different stuff. And
Yep.
The scope makes a massive difference, obviously, but like if you're spending more time in the water with that lure, that's more chance of catching the fish. So
Yeah, it's not the be all end all, especially on this sort of bite. Jerk baits are very scope, like you need to scope the fish and jerk bait properly, but
Yeah.
soft fibres, you don't need the scope really.
Yep.
There's
Yeah,
fish
you
on
can
every
see
bank
it.
in Windamere.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard a lot of people say today I found a lot of fish. There's fish on every bank in Windamere. It's finding the fish that are keen.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
You can find all the numbers you want, but
Yep.
unless you find the keen fish or
Yep.
I normally don't like running into a comp without a good pattern, like or a good like just something that I'm real confident in. But
Yeah.
we don't have that tomorrow. But
Yep.
I think there's a big change in the weather coming through as well. So
Which could change things again.
100%.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too upset about not finding a good pattern today because I thought I'd probably all swap on its head
Yeah.
morning anyway.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's a new day. We've got a good little area, that big weight edge off that little island there, and
Yep.
it will start there and see what happens. But
Yeah.
plan tomorrow is just fish jerks early until that sun comes up, like right up, and then we'll just keep moving.
Yeah.
Just looking for that active fish lead spot.
Yep.
Back to the old place.
Yep. Yep. So the wind did blow up for a while there today.
Yep.
I wasn't out there, but same thing. You still able to fish jerk baits in that wind, or does it
Yep.
make it a bit harder?
No,
still,
you can.
You got
Went
to.
to the 79 squirrel, the big barrel one.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I fished
In
that
the wind.
wind. Yep.
Something a bit heavier.
Yeah, it's
so you can
heavier.
get the cast to where
Yeah.
you want it.
I find
And-
the size doesn't matter, like between the smallest 61, I think it is, to a 79, they eat all of them. They'll just use the big one just to punch into the wind.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Well,
biggest
sure
thing with
if,
the wind is when you gotta have your boat on spot lock, and you've got to have everything settled before you start fishing. If you try and move your boat, scope up a fish, find him, and then try and spot lock your boat, still trying to settle, you're trying to cast, trying to organise your pole.
then you got a bow in your line and whatnot.
The fish isn't going to go anywhere. Just find your fish. He's sitting on the edge of a weed. Oh, they might move, but most of the time they'll just sit on the edge of that weed or whatever. Just spot lock your boat, settle it, scope it up, get it hot, and then cast in there and then fish it.
Yep.
I find
Yeah.
that works for us. If you try and do everything at once, you just don't do anything well.
Yeah. Okay.
Not sure if other teams are the same, but we sort of love the wind in a way. Like
Yeah,
there
definitely.
was a comp last year. We really struggled for a bite for a lot of hours, and then it got very blowy, and we were just by chance on a bank. And I think we bagged five good fish within a matter of like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yep.
Just one after another.
Yep.
And they were all bag fish, like good ones. So
Yeah, that's good.
wind sort of doesn't seem to phase us.
Yeah.
If you're not scoping too, you can use that wind to your advantage by like having your boat will sit nice on spot lock, and then you can just cast backwards so the wind's in your back,
Yep.
and then just fish the points or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, the wind's not too bad.
There's always a way around it, isn't it?
Yep.
So obviously, windy is known to blow up from time to time, and when it does blow up, it really blows up.
Yeah. And you want to fish sand banks with a copper wind sometimes too.
Yep. Yep.
It blows everything in there and
Yep.
warmer water. Today temp made a big difference too.
Yep.
We drove around the whole dam and we took good note of all the temp, and there was about 2 degrees difference in some parts of the dam.
Yeah.
We spent probably an hour before we even put a lure in the water. We just drove around from one end to the other.
Checking
Just-
the best temp, looking
Yeah.
for the highest temp you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was,
Seems to be a big thing with
a lot
guys.
of time just with bums in seats. We just
I thought it'd be up the river, but it wasn't.
no.
Yeah.
It was midway through the dam, there's a hottest.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, same as the guys that won last Comic-Con. That's what they did the first day, looking for that water temp. They found the water temp, they found the fish,
Yeah.
and they got them to play. So it seems to be a big thing.
It made a difference for us today. Sometimes I don't care, I'll just fish whatever. But today was tough, so you've got to go back to those things that
Yeah.
make sense.
Some of our usual spots here, like just weren't. They were not going to produce. Like we just got there and we went. Water temp's shocking.
Yep.
Let's
So
move on.
Just
There's no fish on
The
them.
fish, yeah, they just and what ones are. They just shut down. They're just not.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're not in numbers. We didn't find anywhere they like stacks
No.
of numbers. There's no like. Sometimes you find your banks that are pretty well loaded or flat, so I'm sure they'd be out there, but we didn't find them today. But what we did find was just that fish hugging the edge of all that new weed,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is cool. It's good weed too. It's not that slimy weed. It's that
Nice cabbage
stuff you
stuff.
see in your fish tank.
Yeah, nice cabbage. Yeah, okay. Going back to the wind, as you said, so like I said earlier, when everyone's out at the end of the comp, everyone's in the same boat. So that when the wind does blow up, it's not the be all end all. Everyone's dealing with the wind. It's just about how you deal with it. So yeah.
We tend to fish in it, or get out of it.
Exactly.
So that's
Going back to that comp, was it last year or the year before or something?
Yeah.
We fished just in the midsection of the dam, and the wind was howling straight from the wall back towards us now. And everyone had cleared off. Like, you find when it gets windy, everyone takes off.
I'm going to make a similar comment,
Which is good for us because we haven't fished a bank that usually produces in the arvo, but these fish just big. Like it was like literally whoever could cast the soft five in there at the front and shake it, then they'd be hooked up, and then you just swap, and then there's constantly a bloke on the net. And I think that was that's how we won. Without that little bite there, we would have done that.
I was about to make the same comment. I fish comps here, and like I said, everyone's in the same boat. If you can deal with the conditions and fish them, you'll come off best. I've been up the same thing around that island bay. Wind blows up, you see all the boats scoot out of the way. If you stay there and you persist and fish in it, it can pay off more so than not. So.
Limestone's the hottest property. Once the wind comes up, everyone just takes off straight for that road bay.
I don't think we had the second scope at that stage, and I was at the back of the boat just casting all day, and sort of the boys had both caught. I think we had a double hookup, so we had 2 fish in the deck. So I opened slather, gone up cast. As soon as the lure was basically in the water, it was fish again. Like we had nearly triple hookups, and then only lasted a little stage while that wind was up, and as soon as the wind stopped, it just went back to the fishing was back shutting off again.
I don't know, there's science behind bite times and that sort of thing, but I'm sure they exist. I don't think anyone really knows what they are. Everyone's just got their own little theory, but there was definitely a period where they hit, whether it be the wind or just something else, but it was good.
Oh, there we have it. So Windamere is fishing a little bit tougher than it usually does this time of year. Well, we're really keen to see how tomorrow pans out. You've got your plan. You're going to start off with jerk baits and then see what happens from there. So that's some really good insights there to guys that looking for those little 1%ers. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, plus your third team member, and we'll see how your day one panned out, and go from there.
Hopefully the plane comes off.
Hopefully it does. Thank you. Righto, Joel here from FFC again. We're back with the guys from day release. Josh, Jake, Blondie. Blondie's joined us for session 1 today. We had a bit of a plan yesterday. You're sitting in right now 6th place, I think. 6th place? Yeah. Did you change much from what we talked about last night?
A little bit. Probably didn't get to fish the jerk baits as much as what we wanted, just due to that wind. We wanted a bit of wind, but probably not that much wind. It's a fair bit of wind today.
It was very windy out there, wasn't it?
It just makes it hard to cast them in there sometimes. And then we did think it was going to be a bit of everything, a bit hit and miss and moving around a fair bit, and it's kind of what we did. We got on the switch, a couple of fish pretty early on, I think that's how much.
You got the first couple on jerk because it wasn't as windy straight up.
And then some transients, some fish traps, stuff like that, and then we kind of just pucked away with the soft vibes for most of the morning. Till that wind picked up. And,
What part of the dam did you head to straight up?
We went to just past where the old pine tree comes out. There's an island there. Fished a big weed edge on the backside of that. So it's kind of a good area to start because I could fish the jerk baits on the live scope, and then the boys can just feed cast with the soft vibes.
And you're fishing the soft vibes hard to the bottom?
Yeah, they were pretty tight.
And you got a few doing it that way?
I think probably 9 out of about 10 fish come on soft vibes.
So sitting in 6th place, you've got your bag obviously. How many fish did you get all day?
About 20.
20 on?
A few numbers there. I know a lot of people got their bags. Some people just scraped their bags in. But a few of those guys got good bags, and they are sitting right up there.
Yeah, for sure.
So you've got the numbers. Have you got anything worth upgrading tomorrow?
Yeah, we're in a good position where we got, I think, 3 520s. So if we were able to upgrade them to a 590, 580s, jumps up pretty quick. Sometimes you're in that position where you've got a couple of 570s and then a heap of 545s, and then it's kind of hard to kick that 525 out. Get that, 560, 570, 600 would be nice. But
well, in saying that, so as you said there, I think all the pressure will be on Brado tomorrow because he has got a good bag already, and it's always hard to maintain that not maintain it, but it's hard to upgrade from there, isn't it? He's got
If someone catches in there doing well.
He's got a 50,
I reckon.
57 average, which is going to be hard to beat. Also hard to upgrade from there.
If he's worried about that, like, more than happy to swap that bag around, because that's a pretty phenomenal bag. If he gets another 580, 590 in that bag, and that's a 580 average, that's a stopper of an average.
Yeah, always hard to beat. There is a few new teams poking their head out of the top, which is also good to see. You guys are always consistent. You're sitting in 6th place now. I think you're 5th overall for the year. You're always just consistent, which is good. So what would you say the majority of your fish come on? The soft fives?
Yep. Majority of soft fives, we had a couple on some gulp, just random free swimmers you might see on the scope, and then our biggest fish come on the jerkbait, which is what we thought the bigger fish would come on.
Yeah.
And just didn't really have the luxury fishing some of our spots with the jerkbait. Plus, they probably weren't as keyed into the jerk today as they were in pre-fish yesterday too.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know whether it was the sun or the clouds or what it was, but yeah, they just weren't eating it as well. But our biggest fish did come on. So.
Okay. Yeah. So if there's an opportunity to get the jerkbait out tomorrow, hopefully that wind might die off, and
we checked it. We should have a window and more.
There was a bit of, I will add too, there was a bit of brotherly love trying to net.
Yeah, what happened?
Josh can't wind them in straight. That was a
Spotted a good fish. Had 2 casts that didn't quite line up. Got this 3rd cast in and come straight up and belted it. I knew it wasn't. I knew the way he hit it. He didn't smack it. Like it was sort of like one of those plucks.
Yeah.
And I went and floored it back to the boat. Knew it was big because it looked huge on the live scope. Got all the way to the boat. It was playing up. I'll give him some credit, but Jake's trying to scoop it from like top under and like underneath, and I'm seeing this. It's got the one hook of the back of the squirrel in the corner of its mouth hanging out.
Oh.
It was a big fish,
Yeah.
so I just gave Jake a few tips and encouragement on how to net a fish. Lucky's my brother, so
Yeah.
you can say that sort of stuff.
Yeah, right. How big did that fish go?
590.
Yeah. Okay. That's your biggest fish?
Yep.
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 Which is,
It was-
it's a good fish, yeah.
It was a 590, but it's probably one of the fattest fish I've ever caught him.
Yeah, right.
The sheer size of it, even like the wrist of its tail, it's probably one of the fattest fish that
It'd be a
I've seen.
7.5 kilo fish easy.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was crackable.
Yeah, it's a big fish.
Yeah, okay. Can't wait to see the photos of that one. Yeah, nice. So you said you were in that. Did you say you were in the middle section of the net?
Probably this end, I'd say. And then, so we started there, and then we went to that first after the main rock wall, just around the corner here. Just pulled into that first barrel on the right.
Yep.
There's a bit of flat in there, fished in there.
Yep.
Then we bounced around.
There's a bit of an aisle with some trees off the back of it.
Sort of fished around that, and then we went up near the main island, like near Limestone.
Yep.
There's a couple of big grass flats up there with fish there.
Yep.
We actually didn't catch fish between like 10 and
10-1, I think it was.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
The scoreboard did slow down for everyone about that stage.
Yeah,
And then it come back on this afternoon.
Yeah, we hit a patch of fish and we got 3 fish.
Would have been 4, I reckon.
4 over
fish.
5. The 4 500s.
Yeah.
The 4 upgrades we needed was all in that one window within sort of 45-minute period.
Yep.
Just come on for us. And one stage double hook up.
Yeah, it was. You guys were measuring while I hooked up to another one.
Yeah.
It was a lot tougher fish than what Whitney normally is at any time, I reckon.
Yeah.
We're working.
Yeah, we've had some good fish, but it has been a grind for everybody today. A lot of people with their bags. I think there's only 2 teams without their bags. A lot of teams with their bags, but they had to grind to get their bags. Like I said, their bags of people have only got 12 fish or 13 fish and just scraped their bags in. So
Is there only 2 teams without a bag out of everyone?
only 2 teams without a bag. Yep.
It's good going.
Sorry, say that again. Only 2 teams without fish. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
Yeah. So, right. Well, looking into tomorrow, where you head first up?
I'm going to head around, so you head past the rock wall and then you turn left straight away where the old boat ramp is.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll fish on that old boat ramp to start with. It's a good jerkbait spot, it's a nice bit of weed there. And same thing, we can fish the jerks and then the soft fibres as well there.
Yeah.
And then we might be on fishing trees.
Yeah. Okay. See.
We've got a little patch of trees we found right at the end.
Oh yeah.
Don't enjoy fishing trees too much, but there's big fish on their trees.
Okay.
If they play, they'll
Well,
help us.
that could be the big key for tomorrow.
Yeah, we found them last like 20 minutes. So.
That's
So,
handy,
yeah.
having in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So when you find these weeds, are you cabbage weed? Yeah?
Yep.
Cabbage weed is what you're talking, which is the nice stringy stuff.
Yep.
And you're casting out and fishing over the top of that weed?
Yeah, both. So like, we try and find it where it tapers off and you get like 1.5 meters above it.
Yep.
And the fish sort of sitting right on top of the weed or in it, you just see the brighter glow.
Yep.
And just fishing the jerk baits over the top of that, or fishing the hard weed edge line and then getting the fish sort of cruising that line.
Yeah, okay. What about with your soft vibes? Are they, you wouldn't be fishing on the bottom with them, would you? Or
Yeah, but the boys are fishing on the outside of the weed line. Where it's
Off
just
the
a flat
edge
line.
of the weed
Yep.
line, that's where you get them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So
Only because they're pushing through.
yeah, they're coming out from the weed, hitting your
Yeah.
vibes.
For sure.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Well, I'll be interested to see how it pans out for you. I hope you get a few of those bigger ones. That tree could really be, the tree you said you found could really be,
I'm surprised how loaded the trees are.
yeah.
Like I reckon 90% of the field is fishing trees, if not more.
Yeah.
We'll probably only got
Yeah,
that I've seen all day.
We'll resist and trying to push onto the trees, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're really trying to get those jerkbait right and stuff.
Yeah, well, it is October, isn't it? You think
Yeah.
you'd sort of, that's what you'd hope for.
Yeah, for
But sometimes you've got
It'll
to
Oh, yeah,
swallow your pride and do what you
sure.
got to
100%,
do.
yeah. Puts food on the table.
Yeah. Righto. Well, sixth spot. It'd be great to see you get back into the placings for your last event. So
Yeah,
I'll
second
be
would be nice.
second. Yeah.
Knock Rob Jones out.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the boys are going well.
Yeah. No, it is. It's good to see a few different guys up that top end. So good
We
on
did
them.
say that yesterday. We sort of thought this is anyone's event, really.
Yeah. It did.
The
And
way,
it is.
the way it was fishing, so and it is
Yeah.
showing. It was
Yep. Yep.
watching that board all day, you can sort of understand. I think the team next to us this morning got a 590 and a 595 straight up.
Yep.
And they like, yeah, I think they might have struggled a little bit later on. Good to
Yeah,
see.
it's even close, like between second and say 10th. There's
It
only
is.
one or two good fish there and everyone can jump in.
Yeah. The 10th. I can see a lot of change in the 10th if things go people's way tomorrow. So
100%, yeah. And even people outside of that, even if they're a couple of fish short, if they catch a couple of good ones.
yeah, there's plenty of people in that 10 to 20 with some 400s and stuff in there. So as you know, they're easy to upgrade.
Yeah, bloody oath.
So yeah, it'd be great to see a good finish. Yeah.
No,
Right. Well, thanks for talking to us again. We'll catch you after the Prezzo tomorrow and see how it all panned out.
no worries.
Right. Cheers, boys.
Thank you.
Hi all, Joel here from FFC Australia. We've just come back from our round 4 event at Windamere. Over there we spoke to the guys on pre-fish day and on after session 1, the guys from day release. We caught up with those guys. Unfortunately, due to a few circumstances, we couldn't catch up with them after the presentation. And the boys were straight off to a Windamere fishing. So I managed to catch up with Josh last night. And I did see him on the water on Sunday, so I can give you a bit of a report of how they did finish up. The guys, as we spoke, the guys went into the last session sitting in 6th place. As we spoke about on the Saturday night, they had a bit of a plan coming into Sunday. They said in the last 20 minutes of session 1, they'd found a few trees holding some good fish. So their plan was to hit them first up in session 2. They didn't really want to do that. They really were hoping for that edge bite and stuff, but with the conditions we had over the weekend, they sort of had to do what they had to do. So first up, session 2 on the Sunday, they went to a couple of trees they found which were about a quarter of the way up the dam, past the first rock wall, where the old island and the pine tree usually comes out. To the left of those, they found a couple of trees that were holding fish. So they've gone there, they were fishing gulp and they were fishing transams vertically to get their fish. The trees definitely did pay off, because before the scoreboard went silent at 9 AM, the guys had pushed up into 3rd place. So they've gone from 6th place into 3rd place, and they were sort of in and out of that third place there all day. They managed 3 pretty quick upgrades. I think one of them was around 600, a 590, and maybe a 560. I think they ended up on this last session. So that pushed them right up into 3rd place. As I said, they were jumping between 3rd and 4th all morning. So their idea did come off. Yeah. Once we come into Prezzo, we announced our top 10. We got the 5th place. The guys still haven't been named, but yeah, they did end up in fourth spot, and it wasn't by much. I think it was a difference of 20 mil between 4th and 3rd spot. The top 10 was tight, really tight, from really from 2nd place right through to 10th place. Yeah, there was bugger all in between those placings. So yeah, the guys were happy with that. They they did a good job. You get from 6th to 3rd. Our chats that we had on Friday and Saturday, I think all the guys at home will have gotten a lot out of that. We did get some good details out of the boys. They've been doing it for a long time and they know what they're talking about. So it's been a real good to get an insight off those guys this weekend. So thanks for that, boys. I hope they're enjoying their barra fishing. As you all know, that was our last round of the year. We'll be back again in March 2025. Our new website's up and running, ffcaustralia.com.au. All of our events are live on there at the moment. Well, all of our events are up there at the moment. Registrations will open towards the end of the year, but you can go there and check it out. You can go there and check out all of our Angler Talk videos, all the photo galleries, results from past competitions, the rundowns and everything of past competitions. So you can get all that there. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all again in 2025.